Hold on, everyone. We still have to wait for things to load. Calm. Calm.
How are you, mister?
Oh, there. Any, good, fun telegrams there, miss?
I suppose I'm just filling them all out.
Oh, wait. Cassie?
That would be me, yes.
You remember me by chance?
Oh, that I do. I am pretty good at faces.
Oh, well, that makes up for the two of us. How have you been?
Pretty good. I just closed up the saloon
Oh,
while I was serving with my brother.
shucks. I had a real big, long sleep, so unfortunately I missed it. Ah, darn. I was hoping to meet the feller.
Well, I'm sorry you did just miss him.
Ah,
Actually, I think
shucks.
just by maybe a minute.
I was here a second ago, but there's something real off with my eyes, so I had to take a quick nap.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Boone.
Nah. Well, am I also missing you then? Are you about to be heading off?
No, actually, I was just responding to all the telegrams, sending the one out saying we were closed, and then I had to quickly, well, write up a letter for this ledger.
Oh, speaking of which, how'd it go?
Uh, for which one?
Well, I certainly see a lot of horses out there. I assume a decent portion of folk came by.
Oh, well, quite a bit came by. It was actually really nice. And then I met a man who said that he robs banks and stores for a living.
Oh, and how'd
He,
that go?
well, he told me that he wasn't here to rob me, which was very nice. He
That
was
was
quite
quite nice.
scary.
Oh yeah. Did you give his name?
Orlando Ramos.
What a name. Can't say I've met him, but what a name.
Well, do you want to see something very interesting in that case? It's actually very funny. You should come see this.
Well, I certainly don't see why not. My next question was going to be anything of note happened, but it certainly seems that that was one of the big ones.
So right here at the top, this is a wanted poster for Mr. Ramos. It's old though.
Oh, Lord.
That's expired. Apparently he did turn himself in, or he was caught a bit ago.
Okay.
But that is in fact him.
Does he, so he still does the crime, though? Or,
Oh, very much so. He
oh,
is a man of crime.
he seems quite proud of it from what you're going on.
Oh, yes, he was bragging quite a lot about it. And the deputies came in afterwards and they said, Mr. Ramos, do you have warrants? And he said, no, I cleared my warrants. I just got out of prison. And they said, well, where's your brother Fernando? And he said, well, my brother, he's not my brother, he is my cousin. And he was very upset about this. They
Oh.
didn't know how they were related. So right here in the middle of the bar, they were arguing with each other about the fact that he was lying about not knowing where his cousin was.
Can I? This is so off topic, but can I just say again, this is such a lovely little place.
It really is. But the funniest thing about it is then, well, Deputy Forte, in the middle of this, decided to start
This
playing
Forte
his...
fella came back. You met him again?
He did, because, well, if you read back in the telegrams in the Publix, Deputy Jacobs, Mr. Hedon Jacobs, sent out telegrams advertising that Deputy Forte needed a date because he is very lonely.
Oh, Lord.
So, of course, I felt obliged to send a telegram to Deputy Hedon saying that, in fact, I do recall the argument about that they were having in Blackwater.
I was gonna ask, which side was he on there? Was he the one being told off for his bad love life, or the one telling off?
Well, Deputy Forte, in fact, has a bad love life.
Mm.
So I replied saying that, of course, I do sympathize that he still has a bad love life, but I do wish him the best, and I asked why, in fact, he was still in the West if he hates it here. But I said to say hello.
This is by far, Miss Casey, the most gossipy gossip I've ever gossiped.
Isn't it, though? But you're here in the bar and you're here for it, aren't you?
I don't really think I've ever gotten this gossipy of a gossip before. Though, to be fair, miss, I have a feeling this ain't all that, what's the word? Unfamiliar to you, given your history.
Well, this is what I do for most of my time, but it gets worse, because as soon as I was checking my telegrams I had sent that, the deputy patrol that he was with, upon finding out that a lady had sent a telegram, they dragged him out here.
Oh no. Oh. Wait, so they saw that you, a lady, was a lady, in fact. Oh, Lord have mercy. And
Lord have mercy. A lady be sending a telegram mentioning Deputy Forte, and that he had previously spoken. They forced him to change their whole patrol route and ignore that they're criminals to bring him here.
Surely, Hi there.
Hello there. So they dragged the whole deputy patrol route out here because of the fact that he cannot get a date to speak to me.
Surely, the sheer mention that this lady had in a telegram must indeed mean that they are both available and, most secondly, incredibly willing. Let's change everything. We're heading there immediately. Buckle up there.
So they did. They brought them all out here, and the whole time they're going off about that. Orlando is laughing his ass off because he thinks this is the funniest thing he's ever seen, that they all came here. And then they won't shut up about the fact that they do not know where Mr. Fernando is.
So they came here, I will say, they came here looking for love, and they came and they found Orlando.
They did, and Mr. Forte played his guitar, and Mr. Orlando just danced around the bar because it was very funny to him. On account he had no warrants.
Miss.
Yes?
Did our poor dear Mr. Forte find the love of his life here in your lovely establishment?
Well, they did goad him into asking me on a date.
And your response?
I did accept.
Oh.
But it was very interesting because Mr. Ramos was the one who was threatening him that if he did in fact not ask me on a date, he was going to do things which he did not elaborate on.
Now, I must ask, Miss Gezzy, was this a yes out of pity or a yes out of interest?
Well, I do think he certainly is kind, and he certainly is quite talented on a guitar. So I would say I was interested, but of course there was a room full of deputies.
Oh, no doubt.
And Mr. Orlando was there with guns. And my brother was staring daggers into my back.
Was your brother very much in the pointing towards, please do this, please?
No, my brother was very upset that a number of people were very interested in this, and all of the deputies were standing outside and their faces were smushed on the window to find out, in fact, if Deputy Forte could get a date or not.
Well, shucks, if that's all it takes, maybe I should start taking up guitar. I didn't know that's all it took to, what's it called? Woo? Hey.
Hey, a little music always serenades the ladies, you know?
Is that true there, Miss Kezzy? Is that there true?
It was very impressive playing.
You just gotta be good.
Ha!
was quite
I'm
good.
not. So, I've never picked up an instrument like that none before. So, that's a no-go for now.
Oh,
most
I'm so
unfortunate.
sorry. We are close, but I can get you something if you would like a drink. We were just gossiping.
Oh, did I just walk in while you were closed? I'm so sorry.
No, we did just close quite a bit ago, but I am here. I only have, let me see, my brother usually has the alcohol, so let me see what I have on me.
Hey, it's no big deal. I seen the horses outside and...
It looked real popular, didn't it? Like it was real bustling in there. I thought it still must have been. Don't know where all the folk went. If that's closed, obviously, they must be out of bat, but where? Who knows?
If I'm intruding, I have no problem, getting in
No,
your hair.
it's absolutely no problem. I was just gossiping at this point. My brother's gone to bed. He's usually the main bartender, but I have...
really did just miss him. Lord have mercy. Oh, goodness.
You did, but I do have gin shots, whiskey shots, or switchel.
What is Switcher?
Switchel is an energy drink. It's made out of a mixture of simple syrup, limes, lemons, similar things to that.
I will have a shot of gin. Yeah, gin, yeah.
Sure, let me just pour some shots.
I probably won't be needing nothing. I ain't much of a drinker. What's your name, by the way, there, mister?
Hola, I go by Oso.
Osa?
Si.
Lovely to meet you there, Osa. You are one of two Spanish-speaking folk that I've met, but one much more cordial than the other one I've met. So this is a lovely interaction here.
Well, yeah. Some of us can be a little bit rough around the edges.
I
I'm
believe
not
the other
excluding
one's...
myself from that list.
Alright, and that'll just be $2 for the shot. And I'll put that on the bar top over here. And nice to meet you, Mr. Lacey, if I know his translation. Is that bear? Osu's
Si, it
bear,
is.
isn't it?
Yes. Si.
Well, goodness, look at y'all.
My father was a bandito, my mother was a tribeswoman. So it all works out. Now, I just slide this $2 across to you here.
Yep.
Sorry, this is my first time buying alcohol in America.
No problem.
Well, it seems like a lovely place to be buying it.
And my tab is $2.28 today. So you just have to give me the cash. Oh, thank you so much.
There you go, a little tip for you. And I guess I just grab the shot over here.
Yep. Weirdly, the bar top doesn't extend all the way over there, which
You'd
I don't
think it
understand because
would.
there's stools all the way over there.
Cheers.
Indeed, cheers. And all.
Cheers to being closed and still serving me.
I mean, I'm here anyway.
Do you mind
Mostly-
if I sit and enjoy my cigar for a little longer?
Oh, go ahead. I'm really not going anywhere other between here and the telegram station to find out, well, what he's decided.
Who's decided?
Forte.
Oh, about?
Yeah. He's really bad at making decisions.
Is this about the date thing?
Yeah, about the date thing.
Figuring out when and all?
figuring out what he wants to do.
You think he's gonna chicken out?
I don't think he's going to chicken out, but I don't think he can decide what he wants to do because I don't know if he's ever gotten this far.
Also, I don't really think he knows a single thing about what it is you may or may not be wanting to do.
That too.
Normally, don't people get to know each other just a teensy bit before asking like that? I'll be honest, Mitch. This does just seem. Oh, are you? Yeah, you're a lady, aren't you? And that's about it.
I mean, to be fair, really to be fair on here, he did have most of the rest of the patrol of the deputies yelling at him.
Oh, no doubt. This does seem to be, yeah.
He had, I think, one of the senior officers, someone higher than him, making fun of him. And he had a well-known bank robber, store robber, and I believe murderer who walked up and said very impressively, "Oh, this man, yes. Well, he told this elaborate story about a standoff in Blackwater where Forte walked up and punched him in the face."
Oh! Well, hell.
So I think they very earnestly were all trying to make him look very impressive.
Goodness, they must have been just hoping for the best on this here feller. How long must this feller been going on about how just sad and lonely he is to have this many folk hoping the best for him? Or maybe he's just a real stand-up guy and people just want the best for him, I suppose.
I mean, I want the best for him. I haven't even met him.
It was a lot of effort, and he looked a bit like a spotlight was shined on him and he was about to die.
You think if they didn't pressure, I suppose, he would have asked?
I think he would have, but in a bit more polite manner, and he might have just asked to take a private walk, not some sort of elaborate thing.
Now he feels like it should be an elaborate thing, no doubt.
He stumbled over his words, looked incredibly embarrassed, and then he ran immediately away while screaming, "Kezzy, will you go on a date with me? Ah!" Like that.
I understand that to the maximum degree, miss. I don't think I've rightly asked a single individual out in my entire life, so goodness Lord, I think I'd die on the spot, man.
I think maybe if he did not have a badge on his chest and regularly get shot at by people, he might have died on the spot.
Well, he seems like a decent enough fella, so I'm happy he didn't. What are you going to be doing for the rest of the night here? You said you'd just be going between here and the telegram?
Well, until I find out if he wants to do this tonight, or if he's going to be at work, or what his plans are.
I see. Anything else interesting happened during the lovely establishment's opening?
5 men came in and hit on me.
Goodness, are you... I don't... Maybe I didn't quite get a good look on you well enough to get a real good sense of you, but I must have missed somewhere the sign on your forehead designating you eligible bachelorette, come one, come all. I must have missed that in. Everyone else seems to have noticed that in.
Well, I think it's the part where we actually spent time together and had conversations about my history where it was made pretty clear that I ran away from in several attempts to arrange a marriage.
Oh, actually, that brought up, does all that bother you at all? All them folk vying for your hand?
It nearly made me cry today after
Lord.
tried to do it, which Teppy Forte was actually quite nice. He noticed that I was getting upset and asked if I'd like to go for a walk out to the gardens to clear my head. At which point my brother saw him take me out of here, got incredibly protective, followed us out, and tried to start, I wouldn't say a fight, but he had a confrontation with him.
That seems like a nice brother you got there. Really looking out for you.
So I sort of had to break them up because he of course as a deputy had noticed that he was getting stared at, and I'm not sure the term is it. Someone had said to me, mean mugged. from across a bit of ways.
I think mean mug would be very good terminology for that, man. So, I mean, at the very least, if things don't go well in the romance and whatnot, at the very least, the fairly seems like good folk. It seems like a nice individual, at least to be friends with.
Well, he did the courtesy of calling my brother over and making it quite clear that his intentions were not untoward, unlike another one of the men who had come into the bar who had told my brother quite plainly that I had looked quite attractive and he wasn't bothered by the other men who had hit on me because quite certainly he was the best choice, which he had said out of earshot of me.
Okay, I have a question, but it is absolutely your right to not answer it, given the no doubt botherment it must have given you throughout the day. But what are some of the things these folk have been telling you? What was the wooing nature? Did they just say, "I girl, I got a mate. Your face is beautier than my uncle's, and that's good enough for me."
Well, one man had said
Oh shucks, I got
offered
rated.
to
Hi.
purchase us a business license
Thank you,
and said
FP.
that he would take
I
quite
appreciate it.
good care of me as I'm not like other women he has seen.
Oh no. Oh no, oh Lord, oh no. Oh Kissy, oh no, I'm so sorry. I swear this place is better than that. I swear it is. That you ain't like other girls, is that right?
Apparently, I'm not sure what he means, and I hate to see what that says about the women
Oh.
of New Alexandria.
Oh, I
I'm
don't-
sure they're perfectly pleasant.
I got no doubt I've met quite a few decent ends. You met a few yourself. I don't know what that means, but lordy, how does it terrify me?
I've just thought of how Finley and Raven and all of the other wonderful women I've met, and I said, I'm certainly just like these other women. They're amazing women. What does this mean? So I very politely ended that conversation with him. His was the one that rattled me. Another man went on to talk of all the quite big exploits he had done. He was the one who, out of earshot, had said that he didn't care of the other suitors because I was quite attractive and eligible. Meanwhile, in the conversation, he also talked about how he had 2 other previous marriages.
Oh, Lord.
And then he went on to send me a telegram saying that he would like to have a chaperoned walk with me.
Chaperone.
Which, this is the proper courting for a lady of my status. It should be a chaperoned walk to make sure nothing untoward happens, but he is quite my senior by 10 years, 10 and 14.
Were they trying to, like, I don't quite know the terminology, but try to woo you the manner they think you should be wooed, given your status?
Yes, he was essentially asking for my brother to accompany with. This is the way to do it, but also, again, 10 and 14 years and 2 previous marriages.
Not to mention, I mean, isn't it decent for folk to be getting to know each other a little bit? I mean, I suppose that's what a quote-unquote chaperoned, well, what have you's for, I guess?
Well, yes, that is the intention, but we had just met, and
Wait,
no intention of walking with this man.
Miss Cassie, can I please walk through what I imagine happened?
Sure, of course.
Ah, why hello there, lovely little place you have here. Oh, you there, youngling. You look like you have one of those pretty faces. Might you be interested in a walkie about yonder? Maybe a skadoodle down the strawberry streets. Of course, chaperoned by one dearest brother. If that would be of your willingness. Of course. Madame. And I tips his hat. Of course, miss.
I feel that if the letter had come alive, this is what it would be.
Believe me, believe you me, my dearest, wondrous lady there. I have no thought of unbecoming actions upon my and your bodice. I have but the purest of thoughts. Please, would you dearest word that means accompany? Why does Jesus Lord accompany me upon that there strawberry street? Would that be about correct of what all happened?
I do feel this is quite how this letter came across, and my brother was very not impressed. He took me aside and he said, "You need to tell this man that this is not acceptable. Not that I make decisions for you, but this is very untoward."
Oh Lord, have mercy! I realize that's becoming a catchphrase of mine, but just the many things that happen in your life, Miss Kids, are very, I don't know if interesting is the intrigue. I don't. It's peculiar, especially to me, as I don't know if I look it, but I don't get walked upon by a man or a lady asking for my hand in courtship.
I feel very few people also formally go up to people and then ask for their courting. I feel they see me the way I dress and the way I talk, and they realize I am, of course, a woman of measure and an heiress, and they feel they must act away and
I mean,
proper.
no doubt though, Miss, you do have also just a very beautiful personality, if I might add. And I no doubt it does seem some of the folk there have been quite allured by the status, no doubt. But you are, sir, just a very lovely individual. I got no doubt that that didn't exactly turn no folk away.
No, it did not. I only really had pleasant conversation with a couple of people, uh, including Miss Deputy Jacobs, of course. He went on quite a bit about his wife, who is a woman of note as well.
Well, next time you could always just spit into his platoon and call it there.
Oh, I would never. Simply, I would die.
Oh, no doubt, man, but that sure would be one hell of a way to put down one's status.
I think it would, wherever my mother is, she would certainly fall on the floor and faint. She would
Oh,
sense
no
it.
doubt. Oh, no doubt. I do absolutely, Miss Cassie, I do apologize for bringing up such a thought, but I do adore the idea of that feller coming on in here asking for that chaperoned walk, and you responding with, "Think of there, buddy." Just a good old spit handshake. That seems like something that right be coming.
Well, he had come in here. Initially, had asked if anyone had needed a lawyer just to starve his status, and started going on with these wild tales of his exploits and adventures.
Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Did they just... Do you think that all them folk came in here for that? For you?
I do not know. He was certainly an interesting man.
Well, Miss Casey, I do apologize. I will say that your second day on in here in the States was so what's the word I'm looking for? Objectifying, I suppose.
I think, if anything, it was just very similar to how things were at home when, well, people would call upon the house.
Well, I get the feeling that you didn't come on over here for that, did you?
Well, I suppose, if anything, it just gets me used to it, but isn't that partially what being maybe a server or a saloon girl is?
Unfortunately, you're asking the wrong feller that question. I have yet to get and no folk has attempted to wheel me in my bartender status as of yet. But here, fingers crossed, there, man.
Well, maybe we just have to get you a prettier outfit and you can just smile more, and then maybe people come in and ask you to go on a chaperoned walk.
Oh goodness! Oh, that would be something. Oh, a chaperoned walk. Oh, I'm getting a bit of
We
the
will get you-
vapors, Kezzy.
Maybe you should get a fan. Oh, you will certainly need to fan yourself.
I wouldn't want no folks seeing me laugh.
I mean, you might need
My
a
gosh.
bodyguard too.
Oh, absolutely. Would you be willing to be doing that, Mr. Hasso?
I mean, I might be willing to do that.
For a chaperoned, what do you call it?
A chaperoned walk. I do feel if my brother had not told me to very promptly respond, I do feel it would almost have been quite funny to write Mr. Ramos and ask him to take me on a chaperoned walk just to scare the shit out of Mr. Sullivan. I am so sorry I used a swear. But I think it's the only way I can express how properly it would have been just to see his face when Mr. Orlando, if he would have been so willing, even though we had just met, just to show up with him in that skull on his face with all of his guns and knives.
Ooh, yeah, I think that one would have been doing it, no doubt there.
I have a feeling, although we had just met, he may have done it just to scare that man because he may have thought it would be funny.
Yeah, so I imagine the first one was no doubt genuine. Of the folk coming in, asking for, oh, your hand in walking.
I feel this is one of those stupid things about high society where if you tell someone this, they would absolutely not believe you that is a thing that people do, but we do this.
Do what?
This is part of courtship. Just, someone calls upon the house and says, will you go walk with me? And of course you can't go alone. You have to take someone with you, maybe a manservant or an older brother or maybe your father, and they just walk with you to make sure nothing untoward happens.
Huh.
But it sounds ludicrous, doesn't it?
I mean, a little, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I won't lie to you, man. I myself, I don't think I look it very much, but I'm not. This feather here looks much more like the lady killer of sorts. I myself am it's the farthest thing that you could find from that, man. So, any relative courtship tactics and or rules or knowledge, really, I'm absent of, unfortunately. Maybe that's why I've not got any love in my life. But whether it be or whether it not be, this is the most I've ever been hearing of it.
I mean, you just hit on me pretty good there.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I did not mean that, sir. I apologize. Rightly so.
Well, you did.
upset.
You came
I'm
in,
not
you
upset.
asked for a walk from him. Do you need a chaperone?
No. Well, that's, I swear that wasn't what I was meaning by that.
But
I
it
mean, I
was
do have
quite
to stretch my
fancy.
legs if we're gonna take a stroll.
Yeah. I don't rightly know. I'm good, Mister. Also, was it correct? Appreciate the offer there.
You're okay, amigo. You're okay. Calm down. Just kidding.
I get the feeling that was a goof, but I was right nervous in case it weren't.
I don't bite.
I mean, are you not opposed just to getting to know him? To be fair, taking a walk with someone doesn't mean that it has to be anything more than a walk.
I suppose that's
It's true. We could be great friends.
That we could be great friends, but it's not how I expected 30 minutes after waking up to be going.
I mean, it is me. You did say I seem to have a very interesting time.
Quite frankly, I expected to wake up in my spot over there at the guest house, welcome center, whatever it is, and come on over here, see the place is empty, and then wander. I was absolutely certain that I missed this whole saloon thing utterly and completely. So, quite frankly, I'm kind of happy that I happened upon you and didn't entirely entirely miss the whole thing. Though I did kind of miss the whole thing.
Well, a little bit, but instead you did spot that there's a slightly embarrassing poster with my giant face on it.
I think I missed that one.
Oh, well, if you want to go back to the telegram station, you can see it.
Why
My
do you
brother
have
made it.
no wonder all these folk came by, ma'am. Your face is plastered on a board.
To be fair,
It is a nice poster.
I did not consult with my brother on what he decided the design should be, and he wanted to attract people both to the bar and the fact that we're bartenders. And he thought me being beautiful would do it. And beer.
Ooh. I
Cerveza.
want to see this sign. I will say, I'm curious how far this whole thing went. Quick question: when would your brother be around again?
Usually a little bit before I am.
Oh, you said
So,
5 or something's when you use?
well, we tend to just coordinate. It was a little later today, so if you see the posters, we're around is the best way.
I see.
Jesse's schedule is strange.
Yeah, I reckon that a lot of folk have really strange schedules. What's so strange about his?
He can be around anytime.
Oh, mysterious.
He is a bit mysterious, I suppose.
You said he was like a more shy version of you.
Very much so. He, I don't know how to say it. He's quiet. He doesn't talk as much. Or maybe it's only when I'm around. I usually do the talking for him.
Ah, I see. He certainly seemed to do a bit of talking while the folk came.
True. Or I suppose it's only when he gets riled up when people tend to, well, you know.
Well, man, honestly, I'm kind of happy you had your brother by you. Not that I think anything would have happened, of course, but just it seemed like it was nice to have the company.
Oh, very much so.
Uh, I was gonna ask a question. I think I was just gonna ask. Ah, so you finally met up with your brother in the States. How'd that go? You have a cute little reunion and whatnot.
Very cute, but a little stressful. He's incredibly worried about me because he says I'm going to get in trouble because I'm too, well, trusting of everyone, and people seem to really like me.
Eh,
Mostly men.
mostly men. I think it would be somewhat good of you to certainly get some friends and whatnot. Your brother seems to be lovely, and that seems like a wonderful start of just folk who can, make sure that you don't get into no trouble. You catch what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like the wolves situation from yesterday.
Oh, no doubt. And with you being so popular with a certain demographic of individuals, it certainly seems like that would be helpful too.
Very true.
Did you tell him about that?
About what?
The wolves?
No, I didn't tell about the wolves. I think if I told him about the wolves, he would, well, I don't know how he'd react.
Yeah. Well, did you tell him at least how about you got to Strawberry?
I did tell him that Forte took me to Armadillo, and then I end up at, well, I didn't mention the ranch and having to get all the way back and everything. I just mentioned that I got here. I think if I mentioned then I got a ride from another man, he might get even more concerned.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I hope it's been made clear by now, but I have no, again, it's not Neanderthal. What is it? Ne'er-do-well. I've got no ill, intentions? That's the word.
Mr. Boone, if you wanted to do something horrible to me, you certainly had multiple chances the first time we met.
Goodness me, I hate even the thought of that, or even remotely.
You could have left me for the wolves.
Yeah, honestly, I'm sorry I couldn't have done more. I felt right bad when I lost you a bit in the mix of it all.
I mean, to be fair, there was about 5 wolves.
I'm honestly kind of surprised and quite happy that Neverus got hurt.
I did, however, find out something highly embarrassing.
Oh?
So, you know my horse Giovanni?
Yep. Hard to forget then.
Well, Deputy Forte's first name is also Giovanni,
Oh no. Oh no.
which I did not know. So I
Mhm.
think it may be embarrassing when he finds out that, of course, his name is the same as my horse, which is a complete coincidence.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I love that. Oh, I guess we're kind of having a conversation with you here in the background, Mr. Osso. It is Osso, right? I keep saying that. That is it, right?
It's however you want to pronounce it, as long as you don't say something silly.
Any way you prefer to
I'm
be
just enjoying
pronounced?
my cigar and just happy I have a place to relax after a long travel. So as long as you guys don't mind me sitting,
Oh, of
I have
course.
no problem you guys chatting.
Hey, just to give a little context, I was this lovely lady here found herself stuck in Armadillo. Like she said, she got a ride back by you got a ride back from by Miss Raven, yeah. And then I gave you a ride to find her horse, and then over here to Strawberry. And on our way to Strawberry, we got a bit of a tussle with some wolves.
Quite a few of them. First time I've ever seen a.
Eh, eh. That goodness, that last one really had it out for you when you're on that rock there.
Yes, I got cornered by one on a very small rock that the wolf definitely probably could have climbed up onto, but Boone ended up shooting it from quite a long distance in the dark.
Impressive.
I don't rightly know. I feel like I could have done a lot more. I don't even think I managed to kill any of them. Just happy that they got scared off, honestly. In a way, it's kind of my fault for forgetting the repeater I was gifted. I was told not to have it on my person all that often, to keep it on my horse, but all in me was it kept on the other horse. That one star I told you about, man.
Well, it was unfortunate, but we made it through, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just happy I was able to help at all.
Get to live another day, more than a lot of people can say.
Very true.
I have not seen a single wolf my week and a half here in the States. Yesterday, I got attacked by like, I got attacked 3 times by wolves. So that is highly coincidental. Well, maybe I just had wolf pheromone sprayed on me instead of my average cologne that I do definitely always wear every day. Definitely, ma'am. Certainly don't doubt me for a second.
Yet again, I think you are more of a catch than you think, sir.
I appreciate your word in there, fella, but I don't
Even
rightly
the
know
wolves
about
want some,
that. What's that?
I said, even the wolves want some.
Oh, Lord God, no. Honestly, any talking of love gets me right up and nervous, so I think I go and be making a fool of myself, whether it be to a lovely lady or be to a lovely wolf. Well,
I mean, maybe you're destined to end up with the wolf, or
no,
maybe you just need to practice with ladies.
I'd much prefer practicing with ladies. Man, I'd much prefer as much anxiety and horrible embarrassment it might bring. A date with a lady sounds far better than a date with a wolf any day. I've had far too many of those in my time here now.
Well, I was gonna say, it seems like you're destined for wolves. Speaking of date, I should probably see if he replied to
Check
that
them
telegram.
telegrams. Yep, yep.
If you want, you can come see this embarrassing
Oh
poster.
yeah, I forgot about that. You gonna be staying here, Mr. Osso? I hope you, if so, I hope you enjoy your cigar and your seat.
Appreciate it.
Where is this here poster?
It should be hanging up on the notice board.
Oh. Hold on a second. Ma'am. I mean nothing by this. But I understand fully and completely why folk came state round to be seeing you in your lovely bar. Did he make this himself?
Oh, he did, yes.
Goodness. That really is something, I'll say. Honestly, at first glance, I wouldn't be surprised that people were expecting a redhead, but that's just the color and style of it.
True, sadly, I am not a redhead, though I think if I maybe got my hair bleached, it would turn red.
Well, I think your hair looks just lovely the way it is, but that's just one Boone's O'Hara's opinion. Hey, well, you sure did a good job catching the likeness. I think you look really beautiful in this in. It says they're bartenders looking for employment. Is that meaning both of you looking for employment, or that y'all are looking for bartenders?
Both of us were looking for employment.
Oh, I see. No doubt hoping for the same place.
Oh, I would hope so. It would be terrible if we were split up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my boss probably would be upset me if I didn't say as much. If you are interested, there's always that Lazy Fox place, but whatever place you end up going to, I got no doubt, is most likely going to be a lovely one.
Yeah, we're still looking around. For now, we're sort of just serving out of here, which is kind of funny because we don't have a liquor license, but the deputies seem to enjoy us.
Hey, I mean, honestly, I don't think anybody has any taverns or anything like that in that their place, which is surprising, being how lovely it is.
It is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, but I gather that y'all ain't too interested in starting your own.
No, not at the moment. I mean, keeping track of the business license or anything, that's quite a lot.
Oh, no doubt. Well, I do know a couple in the state if that would help any.
A couple
Bars,
businesses, or
taverns, yeah.
suppose it's worth looking into. Oh no, the ledger. I need to fill that out.
Oh. I'm right sorry. Did I keep you from that?
No, it's more so I forgot myself.
You need you time. I don't rightly know. You need to be alone for that, or preferred that, or.
No, I just need to jot this down quick.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh, was there anything in the telegrams?
He wants to go out tomorrow.
All right. Well, what do you plan on doing now then?
Finishing up this ledger, and then I have no plans.
Oh, well. How long you plan on keeping awake? I suppose.
Not too much longer, I don't think. Well, I didn't get much sleep yesterday, to be honest.
Neither did I, really. Luckily, I've got a free day ahead of me, so I don't exactly got no reason to be staying up or going to sleep early by any means. But I don't want to be keeping you. Not to mention, I don't know if I rightly want to be following you around like some kind of lost puppy. I get a feeling that I might lose my luster as an interest in and lovely fella to hang out with. I'd do myself that.
Well, I think you sell yourself short.
How's that?
Well, I mean, you're certainly giving yourself a disservice if you think just because the more time that I spend with you, that you're suddenly going to be less interesting at all.
I'll be honest with you, man. I kind of find myself thinking I'm quite a bit annoying on occasion. Honestly, I kind of imagine that some folks just pay the time with me as a form of community service of sort. I got no doubt that I can on occasion get quite annoying.
Hardly. I think everyone has something of value.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I really do.
I mean, you're quite knowledgeable. You certainly know a lot about New Alexandria, and I know barely anything.
Oh, you know what? Hey, you said that you don't got anything planned, and though you are going to be going to sleep at some point relatively soon, that ain't necessarily now, right?
At the next storm, I definitely
All
am
right.
going to sleep.
All right, understandable. Wow, would that be enough time? And would you be interested in heading on down to that big city I told you about?
I certainly, if you think we could get there in time.
Well, we're not in Armadillo now at the very least. That would be quite a distance we were traveling. But we got here in decent time from that Emerald Ranch area. And the Emerald Ranch is real close to the place.
Sure. I mean, if you think we could make it to it.
Hey, I think we could. Would you prefer we get back as well?
I think I could stay down there. It might be fine as long as there's somewhere safe to be.
Oh, absolutely. I haven't been there long, but it's a big place. I ain't no doubt there's somewhere decent to be going.
Well, sounds like a plan to me.
Well, all right. You finished up with the ledger?
Yes.
All right.
It
In
was
that
pretty
case,
short, to be honest.
seems the fella left. Hi there.
Oh, it's the Poncho Man.
Hi there,
y'all-
Poncho Man.
Well, how y'all doing?
We're doing all right.
That's good. Did y'all happen to see a group of 4 folks, 2 fellas, 2 ladies, around any time here?
All black?
I haven't been given a real precise description on what their countenances be like. Just that it's 2 fellas and 2 ladies going around in a real tight knit group.
No,
So I
they
figured I'd
didn't
start
come
there.
into the saloon.
But you saw a group, 2 fellas and 2 ladies.
No, when Heaton Jacobs and Deputy Forte and all of them were on patrol, they said they got a notice about a group of 4 all in black that were riding around in the east robbing people. So they told us if they come in here to watch out and be cautious.
Yeah, well, it's probably the same group that I'm poking around asking about then. That's fair. In that case, it sounds like if how long, y'all been here a while in Strawberry?
I've been here most of the night. I was here with my brother, when we opened up the saloon, but we just closed up about 20 minutes ago.
Alright. In that case, I think I know where to go from there. That actually helps. Sincere amount. Thank you very much.
And I also don't really have anything to me. I woke up about 30 minutes ago at that.
Oh, that's fair. Well, in that case, y'all stay safe, travel well, and just keep your wits about you. There's some less than kind folks running around.
Yeah. Wanted to ask his name.
Oh, if there aren't really good people wandering around, do you think maybe we should stop by Blackwater and maybe put away any money in the bank? Because I have been working all night.
Yes, I do think we should do that. I think you should do that just absolutely. Most folk do that during their shift, even if they have a bar or a bank rather close enough. Where's Giovanni?
Giovanni's up at the stable. Is everyone stopping in the road because of this really fat cat?
Say, hey, they're not a really fat cat. They're a big-boned cat, and you should appreciate that. Yes, I believe.
Well, are all these horses stopped because of this very big-boned cat?
Yes, it would seem as much. Little
Excuse me.
guy.
Excuse me. Very large cat. You're stopping every horse.
You seem to. Oh Lord! Oh, okay. You
Okay.
did it.
Well, the
You
cat has moved.
you solved congestion at its core,
I don't think I did.
sir. So you
Sir.
can go now. The cat's
Sir,
gone.
you can go.
There's no cat no more. Here, are you stuck? I can give you a push.
Sir, I think you can go.
Okay, I think maybe they're having a problem in the carriage.
I mean, maybe it's stupid. Do you think the Poncho Man can do anything about it? Because he's at the sheriff's office.
I mean, how about we get our horses first, then go on to him, so we don't go walking back and forth, I guess.
Sure. Well, the man with the horse figured it out. Oh, no. Well,
Let's make it to the stables while we still can.
that's really not good.
Maybe if we just pretend it's not happening, it's not happening.
I think on one hand that is one approach. On the other hand, that's a lot of wagons that are suddenly going to be stopped.
Oh, goodness, yeah, especially if they keep on coming through.
I'm not sure why he really can't figure that out. I think he's really bad at turning wagons.
Maybe he just really has something against Strawberry and wants to stop all marketplace activities.
I was
And
really hoping it was just the cat.
yeah, I was hoping that too. And then you moved the cat, and that feller stared death into the mud in front of him. So, maybe he's just having a long think. Also, quickly, of a lovely little note, here's for hoping that we won't have to deal with no wolves. Daylight and whatnot.
If they're day wolves, I'm going to be very put off, because we had night wolves, and we have day wolves, and really they should just be fighting each other.
For territory, absolutely.
Yes, day wolves, fighter of the night wolves.
Are day wolves like anti-night wolves?
Of course.
What, you make it out to sound like there's villains and heroes. Who are the heroes here?
No, there's just two wolves inside of Strawberry.
There's two wolves inside of Strawberry.
Yes.
Okay. And what happens with those two wolves inside of Strawberry?
Well, I assume they're just wolves that are fighting. There's nothing philosophical here.
Darn, I was really hoping for something philosophical here. Well, shucks. It would indeed seem that, Star is currently at McFarland's, and... Jesus Christ. That scared the tarnation, out of me. It would appear that Star is at McFarland's and that Arrow is at the, Matak. I believe that, however, would be, at the ranch I work at.
Have you tried whistling?
Oh, I have, but it does indeed seem. Right here, I might give it a shot.
You did just wake up, so you should be able to just
Ah!
do one whistle.
Arrow! Well, maybe they're still around somewhere.
Seems like there's a horse over there.
Huh? Where? Oh, goodness. Arrow! Oh, God, for a second there, I thought they were gonna play right into you, man. I need to get my hands back on Star, though. She's the one that's got, that repeater. Seems to be something decent to keep on hand, what with the wilderness and life, all around.
Well, where's she at?
She's at McFarland's.
Oh, quite a bit of an opposite way.
Yeah. Still heading to the deputy's office to see if they feel they can do anything about that whole holdup.
I mean, we could. I think it's a bit beneath him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Okay,
let's see if he's there.
Let's see if he's there, Miss Cassie. You know, I did get worried that if I didn't see you today, I'd have a real tough time seeing you again, seeing as I kind of forgot your full name. But I saw it there on the poster, Keziah Veins or something?
Keziah, it's Keziavania.
Oh, yeah, nope, that sounds much fancier, and therefore probably true. Well, I mean, you know. I don't know why I said probably true. I think he's in there.
I don't think that's his horse.
I would love to do something about it, but I also don't want to storm into a deputy's office.
No, definitely not.
I think they locked him, though, so...
I definitely
even be.
think they
Is that
would.
cat back?
Yes, the cat's back.
I mean, not like it was their fault in the first place. There's a lot of cats around here.
That is. That's another one. It's just sitting there. That's really weird. I've never... I mean, it's not that I've never seen a cat do that. It's just it's really flat.
It's very flat. You think it's just there for the sun, I imagine?
Oh,
Bathing?
probably. Hi, sir. Excuse me?
He gave you a glare. You gave her a glare.
Wow, that is incredibly rude.
I mean, after today, are you expecting much?
Sir, you can leave any time.
It's no bother to anyone.
Sir, just go.
Is this like a traumatic event that's happened to you quite recently that's making you pause here? Are you afraid?
If I were anyone else, I'd climb up there with him and just push him off.
If you were anyone else, huh?
Well, I am wearing a dress. I certainly cannot do
Oh,
this.
you think I should go up there and do that?
I mean, I'm sure you could.
Would you think less of me, Miss Cassie?
No.
Would you think more of me?
I mean, I think it would be funny if you did not get her in the process. If you got her in the process, I would be horrified.
Oh God, no way. I understand now all of a sudden. Turning is so difficult. Hi-ho Silver. But look at that.
I think the funniest or scariest part was the fact of all the people in the back of the carriage when you pushed him off.
Wait, were there folk in it?
There was!
Oh, I've just left them by the deputy station. Oh Lord, what are they thinking? I didn't know there were folk in there. Oh, I feel right bad also. I pushed that fella real hard under the dirt there.
Well, he seems to have gone into a daze and lost control of his faculties.
He ran real quick. He got his faculties back as soon as his feet hit the floor. I do hope that was a daze. He ran for his life. I feel right bad, Miss Casey. That's probably the worst thing I've done in the state so far.
Well, it can't be all bad. They're left by the sheriff. There's a welcome center a bit down, and they can welcome to Strawberry. It's their destination.
Well, at least I made it humorous for the lovely lady that's known as Miss Keziah Venice?
Vania.
Vania. Yeah, that does sound far.
Vania.
Keziah Vania. Kezi Vania?
Yeah, Vania, if you want to go short.
Oh, and the full one is Keziah Vania?
Yes.
Oh, I pulled that one straight out of nowhere, I'll be honest with you. I mean, probably subconsciously, but that was absolutely taking a chance on my half. Alright, Keziah Vania. Honestly, actually, the full thing's got kind of a nice ring to it.
I suppose that's why my parents picked it, though I think they just... Well, we have this last name, and then they just went... Well, biblical names are always good.
Do you like your name, man?
Well, I almost always go by a nickname, don't I?
Not the hugest fan of the full end.
I think it sounds overly proper.
Overly proper. Huh.
I also think it's very old-fashioned, isn't it?
Well, I don't know about old-fashioned. I don't know what new-fashioned would necessarily be, but I just think it sounds pretty. Ain't fancy. And I think that's kind of what your parents are going for.
I think they are very fancy. Of course, they didn't give my brother a very fancy name, but...
Oh, Jesse sounds nice enough. Sure it could have been worse. I don't think Boone's about the best you can be getting.
Well, I think it's nice. I mean, a boon is a gift.
Hey, I suppose that's true. So we're heading down to Blackwater first, and going to the bank. And going on to St. Denis.
I suppose if we wanted to be adventurous, you could just take a boat across.
From what I hear, boats from Blackwater to St. Denis can be a bit peculiar, depending on what route you go.
Oh, I've heard they're actually quite safe now.
Really? Oh.
Yes, you pretty much have to be an idiot. As long as you don't go straight across, you're fine.
Back in the day, I think I mentioned it only in passing, how there was a folk I was trying to meet here, kind of like how you were trying to meet your brother Jesse, and then I was going to a secondary location to find him, all that.
You did mention that, yes.
Did I go into detail at all?
No, you didn't.
Well, I suppose you told me a bit about yourself, miss. I'll tell you a bit about me. The reason I came here in the States was to find myself a fella by the name of Mr. Wright. Don't know his first name. Funny thing that, huh? But we've been corresponding for a little whiles now, pen paling, lettering back and forth.
Wait, his name was Rat?
Right, like the direction, but a W in the middle.
Going to say.
Or at the beginning. Yeah, probably I'm a portion of my accent. Apologies there. I'll tell you this at the end. But I've been trying to meet this fella for a decent little bit now. And I haven't gotten the chance, because he may be missing. But I've learned a lot about these states due to him and his lettering. One of the things being that he used to be here a long time ago, right? About a year from what I hear, maybe. But from what he experienced, you ought to be real careful with boats, at least back then. Because apparently they had a habit of busting holes in them the deeper you went out to the lake.
Oh, I see. Well, I came here by boat, and that was absolutely no problem. The boat had docked quite a bit out, because there was a little bit of rough weather, so they had to bring us in by a rowboat, and no, there was no issues whatsoever.
Well, I mean, are you feeling adventurous, Miss Kes?
I mean, sure. I think the only problem we would have on our side is time, so we might have to get maybe a fast boat. I don't know what that would cost.
Well, I've been finding a reason or something to be spending my money on, and it was going to be a repeater, but as one friend of mine, Dylan Dalton, has gifted me one, I now have not much to be spending money on. So a quick ride on over to the Saint Denis sounds like a lovely little thing. I'll be honest with you though, ma'am. I haven't been much of the seafarer in my life. So this is going to be not an entirely new experience for me, but certainly a decently new one. What about you? You been on boats all that often?
Only small ones. Usually, well, not canoes, but rowboats.
I see.
Usually other people rowing them.
One of your manservants?
Yes.
I apologize for my blatant assumption there, miss, but I kind of saw it coming.
Well, manservants or just would-be suitors who wanted to show off.
Goodness, you certainly have had a life, miss. I have no doubt that, well, to me personally it sounds quite interesting, but no doubt if I went through what you went through enough, I probably wouldn't be thinking about the same thing. Being sought after by loads of folks sounds nice to me, but you've lived that and it's appeared quite bad to you, so maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be from what I hear.
Well, I suppose, imagine a lot of people who seemed very eager to help you and give you affection and attention, and then you find out it's for all the wrong reasons.
Maybe this might be a good descriptor. It sounds like folk were more interested in the idea of you and what you stand for, and less of you, who you are.
Yes, I think that would be correct. It's always feeling like you wonder what they really want.
I've never really had to deal too much with that, and I doubt folk that has dealt with me have had to deal with that. I don't know if it's been it's all that obvious, man, but I'm quite honest with all I feel and think.
I suppose the best way or the only way you may ever experience it is if someone handed you maybe $500 and you had to walk around with it in your hand. Imagine that. You just had a bunch of money and you had to walk around with it in your hand. Wouldn't you feel like everyone you talked to, even if they were being nice to you, you were just waiting for them to ask you for money?
Yeah, I can see that. Doesn't sound like the most pleasant of things when you explain it like that.
So that's a bit what it feels like a lot of times. And especially when I hear that they've gone to my brother and expressed that they blatantly tell him that they think I'm attractive. Because if they never say that to me, then I'm just standing there going, so you really were just after the money, weren't you?
It sounds like you've been through quite a decent portion of that interesting lifestyle. Huh. Well, as much as $500 sounds nice, what you explained there does not make it sound as nice. And if that really is how it's all like, I can understand why it might not be the bestest of things. Well, you said you got a boat over here, or rather you were right in from a boat, right?
I was initially. I think you can rent them here too.
That was going to be my question. Did you happen to spot where that would be on your way when you were here for that small time?
I think it's near the docks, though we should probably put up our horses and make sure they're stable just in case, so
Yeah, that's fair.
we don't go over there. It'd be pretty silly if we got over there and then found out someone decided to borrow our horses.
I don't want that. I like Arrow. Oh god, Dove would get upset with me, and if Dove gets upset with me, Bear would get upset with me. Alright, have I told you that this horse here is from a long lineage of owners?
No, I don't think you did. Well, you did mention that Dove had owned the horse previously.
Yep, Dove lended it, or I guess rather gave her to me. And Dove was given her by this fella named Bear who works security. I believe he's quite in charge or something like that at a place called the Green Shield. Security place. You might see some notifications on the telegram office and elsewhere about them. Alright. I'm gonna see if we can get ourselves a boat, huh? I heard that the real cheap ones can get hell, as little as $10, I think, but I might be hearing that wrong, remembering it wrong.
Can't really complain there.
No, but that's a rowboat if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't think you want to row all the way across the lake.
No,
They should
no.
have something steam.
I think I got myself about $40 on hand. So
Well,
hopefully
we'll
that should be good.
see what it is. Just need a little steamboat.
We ain't exactly holding a party on it.
I'd be afraid if we were.
Goodness, I went to a party on a big boat once. It did not go well.
Oh? Did you get seasick?
People got shot.
Oh no.
It was a charity event, a poker competition.
I'm
And,
sorry, someone shot people at a charity event?
It was on a boat, a poker competition, and a pirate apparently boarded the place. I was there before the pirate came. I left just before the gambling took place. So I was lucky, but a lot of folk weren't.
Well, I suppose that would
Oh,
make
there.
sense if you're not
Howdy.
interested in gambling
Dalton?
or you didn't have the money.
Boone,
How you doing?
where's your gun?
He's on Star, which is at McFarlane's.
Damn it, Boone. The
I
answer
know.
is I don't have a gun.
I don't have a gun, Mr. Deputy, sir.
Who was this?
This here is... Oh, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, my name's Kezzy.
Nice to meet you, Dylan Dalton.
Dylan Dalton is this fella I told you about that, gifted me that lovely repeater.
Oh, the one that you didn't have when the wolves attacked us.
I had... Yeah.
Excuse.
It was on Star. I was on Arrow.
Oh, wagon.
Oh, Wagon.
Boone.
Yeah.
I gave you
I know.
the repeater.
I
So that,
know.
hold on, I'm covered in molasses. Happens to the best of us.
Happens
All
to
right.
the best of us.
Listen, I gave you the repeater so you wouldn't die by wolves.
I know.
Boone. If you'd have died by wolves and had my repeater on some other horse, I'd have went and found that horse, got my repeater off of it, went to your grave and bashed your dumb little skull in.
Well, this very lovely lady needed a ride, and I didn't, arrows.
Oh, all
arrows are
right. I
very
see how we got
lovely
here.
horse, and
Right.
sorry.
You do
people say it's
realize
not
this
fancy.
man couldn't protect you with a 45-foot-long Gatling gun, right?
Oh,
I mean, he did actually protect me. I got cornered by the wolves on a rock, and he did come out of nowhere on his horse shooting some sort of small gun on his hip, yelling.
Well, looky there. Good job, Boone.
I could have done a lot better if I remembered that darn.
Get the rifle.
Yeah.
Don't die. In fact, Cassie, right, was your name? I apologize.
Yeah, Keziah.
Keziah. Oh, yeah, all right. That's a name on you there. Try to keep Boone alive because I have a feeling that you might be even better at staying alive than him.
Word.
Okay.
My whole life's goal right now is to keep Boone alive.
Well, I suppose that I'm happy that that's your life goal instead of murdering Boone, though. So it could be
Well,
worse.
yeah, well, yeah. It's not right now, but I am gonna choke the shit out of you if you don't start carrying that rifle so you can use it
Carry it not on my person, but on the horse that I do
on the
happen to be
horse.
riding.
You can, yeah. There you go. Yep. Keep it on your horse. Listen here, sombrero. It's a little close, don't you think?
He bumped right into you.
I really think you should get that gun, Boone, because I don't think you want to be choked out.
I really
Right.
don't want to get choked out. We're
I
going to
wouldn't
Saint
even
Denis.
take 2 hands.
Oh, no doubt. You got big bare hands there. Those are big scritch scratchers there. I
Lauren.
moment I get to a stable, which is not this stable. We're going to Saint Denis right now because I wanted to show her the big city.
Right.
Moment I get over there, I'll make sure I transfer
Right.
Star over there.
No, because there's nothing in between here and there. You should be safe.
Especially we're taking boat, so
Oh, yeah, you'll be perfectly fine unless a gator comes out of nowhere. You'll be okay, and that pistol should do you fine.
well,
What kind of boat you gonna take?
Well, we don't know the boat prices for sure. Also, where to rent a boat, but we're very positive we can find it.
All right, sounds like y'all need a boat captain because Boone's never, ever operated a boat that is going to sink you in the middle of the river and cause y'all to die. Let's go.
a boat. The folk got shot in that boat, so I don't know
Oh.
what that says. But this is mighty kind of you, Mr. Dalton.
Anything to keep you alive. Boone.
Thank you, Mr. Dalton. Wait, Deputy Dalton?
Recruit deputy if you wish, but Dalton works fine.
Recruit Deputy. Mr. Dalton.
Just Dalton. Mister's that, yeah. Oh, I'll pass.
I'd like
Okay.
calling him Mr. Dalton. I don't know if he likes it or not, but it makes me happy for some
It
reason.
makes me feel a little fancier than I really am.
I think you deserve it, sir.
Nope, the old sticky boards. Damn boards. Always trip over that one right there at the front. Alright, this guy right here takes you to a Warma, I believe. Nope, this is the boat rental. The other guy takes you to the Warma.
What do all boat rental folk have such wonderful hats?
Always.
No, dude.
The best hats. Now we'll come right down here.
Are you experienced in the ways
Sure.
of boating?
I mean, he's got a badge. He has to know how to use boats,
He's
doesn't
a
he? They
recruit
train
deputy.
him.
Yeah, I imagine, right?
Yep. I've taken a few over to Sisika.
Have you've driven to Sisika?
Sure.
I
I don't know what that word really means other than on a... You mean like
Steer?
on a... Sure. Yeah, that word.
I mean to ask, you've been in charge of the boat that you were riding, right?
Oh, that's quite a big boat.
That
Let's ride.
there they are. Oh, hey, man, not a lot of footroom for such a big end of a boat.
Nope. If you want, you can hang out on the front. Usually the best bet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. As much as I would love to stay back there with you, Mr. Dalton, the footroom spooks me a little. Woo, well, sailing. That's exciting.
I think it's called steaming, but yeah.
Oh, steaming. Exciting. You ever been on a steamboat, man?
Quite a few. None this small, though.
Oh, okay. A bit bigger
I think
than
it's
steamboats.
average. Thank you.
Yes, of course. It's a moderate but average size. No doubt there, Mr. Dalton, sir. No doubt.
Yes.
Ah, you ever gone fishing, miss?
No, not particularly.
All right.
I've watched other people do it, and my brother's done it, though.
Oh, you interested?
Maybe sometime.
Of course, of course. Now that you are in the States and free to do as you please, any activities that you're been enthralled with the idea of finally getting the chance to do?
I mean, maybe try everything a little bit once. Well, not anything illegal. That would be stupid. I mean, Mr. Orlando did ask me if I wanted to do robbing things with him. I did decline that.
uh, well, there's certainly a lot of things to try out. No doubt about that. You've obviously got the picking of food and whatnot, mining. You got poker, blackjack. If you're a masochist, from what I hear, people say that is rigged. Dalton, your input on that?
No, I'm more poker guy.
Poker. Blackjack is apparently quite rigged. What else? What else is there, Dalton, to be doing around there? Some folk put on races.
You ought to know better than to ask me questions you won't want the answers to.
That frightens me greatly, Mr. Dalton. I don't really know what you mean by that.
Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Here's
Horse
one.
racing.
Horse
Here's the
racing.
thing.
Yep.
In fact, I'm going to be hosting one.
Oh, how do you feel about carriage racing, Mr. Dalton?
That's actually real interesting. I like that idea, but I am going to do a $2,000 endurance horse race.
Oh, wow. All right.
That's quite a lot.
Dalton,
Yep,
the beloved,
it's
he
for
really is a
charity.
sweetheart. Well, if you are interested in carriage racing, either of you, I do know a fella that's wanting to start that up eventually.
Right.
You know the lottery fella?
Yeah.
Mr. King, yeah. He's been wanting to do that, apparently.
I mean, I suppose if you use the small wagons, that would make quite a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
You use the tip cart,
Exactly.
the one axle,
What's
like
that?
the old Romans used to.
Oh, one axle meeting only two wheels?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I see.
So if the horse falls down, the cart falls down.
Oh, hasn't sound too. I'm not too keen on falling, but well,
I think we should have it where you're allowed to shoot people.
I don't think that is what I believe Mr. King is something that he's too happy
A
about.
fair fight's a fair fight.
I think he was okay with the idea of ramming.
Oh, there'll be ramming, all right.
Oh Lord. Okay, well that's good to know, Mr. Dalton. That's good. You know, I'm very, very, very happy about the idea of your horse racing.
Yep, gonna go all the way from Tumbleweed to Anniesburg. All the way back down to Tumbleweed again.
Well, there's like that racing. There's ranching, I guess, if that catches your interest. Obviously, you can start a business.
You want to come milk cows? I got a job for you.
He has a ranch himself.
I almost feel like that's that's quite a bit of getting my hands dirty.
Oh, it's all right. It's just milk. I got some in my saddlebag. When the horse gets there, I'll give you some. It's delicious. We call it white copper around here.
How
It's
long
not
is
quite
it?
worth gold.
How long has it been kept in your saddlebag there?
Oh, only about 4 hours.
4 hours? Okay.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right.
Oh, so not as bad as Mr.
You
Heaton
lie.
Jacobs and how long he keeps milk on him.
No. We milk fresh every day.
Dalton is a very good and very smart and very good milking of a man. I don't know what that means. I said that.
Yeah, those were words you just said,
I
but
didn't
you should
like
probably
it.
refrain from those words.
Hey,
again in
I'm
the
sorry
future.
y'all had to hear that.
Yeah, that's a bit of an odd compliment.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna.
think he was trying to say I'm a good cow man.
Yeah, that
Boy.
is what I was trying to say, but I failed horribly at it.
Yeah.
Is any of all that stuff that list to catch any of your fancy, or are you just kind of interested in a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything. I mean, I suppose I would try anything once as long as it wouldn't be too dangerous.
Well, I'll tell you what. We can get drunk and jump off a waterfall.
I think I'll pass on that.
There's like a 63% success rate.
Well, you're gonna pass out on the drunk waterfall? Oh, man.
Drunk waterfall jumping. No, thank you.
I suppose, did
Hey,
you...
Boone, ask this guy over here if he's smuggling moonshine when we come upon him, okay?
Noted, absolutely, will do. How did you drink much when you were back home?
Me drinking? No, that was never allowed.
Never? Ain't there fancy drinks, though, that fancy folk drink?
Well, there
Wine.
is, but really it was frowned upon, at least for me to drink.
Why was that?
My mother just didn't approve of it. She was absolutely assured that if I started drinking, one, I would become a lush, and two, it would make me ugly. I'd become a spinster who would never marry.
Give me a quick second.
Right.
Are you smuggling moonshine? Sir?
I think he's smuggling hay.
It looks like you're smuggling hay. Sorry to bother you.
All right. I'm keeping an eye on you, though, brother. I don't like
Hey.
how he's going slower than us now. What are you scared of?
Hey, Mr. Dalton, what does
I don't
lush
like that he
mean?
has a lantern next to
Hold
really
on.
flammable hay.
That's fair.
Sir, that's a really bad idea. That's unsafe.
That does look unsafe. What does lush mean? I don't want to ask her because I feel like, oh,
I
hi.
believe that cows are probably milkable about 2 times a day, but if you just do it once, it produces better milk, in my opinion.
Seems fair, that seems fair.
His boat's going to light on fire.
It's all right. It's his fault. Hey, listen here, canoe man. Make way.
Oh, Lord, he better make way.
I like your boat.
Hey, what does lush mean? I tried asking Dalton that, but...
Oh, it's someone who drinks a lot.
Oh.
Like-
Alright.
You mean me.
it's-
Do you drink a lot?
I mean, you eat a bottle of gin a day keeps the doctor away. That's what I was growing.
Huh. I've never heard of that.
It's worked so far. Ain't never been.
Lush it's like a polite term for someone who drinks a lot. Instead of saying they're drunk, in polite society you say, oh, you know, she's just a lush.
Oh,
And
like how my
it's-
father is a drunkard. No, if he was fancy, he'd be a lush.
Yes. It's
Okay.
like when in polite society, if someone's crazy, and then you say, oh, they're just eccentric, because the more money you have, you go from being, you know, the town crazy person to the town eccentric.
Ah, I see. Well, you have ever had any folk close in your life that were lush?
I have an aunt.
Oh, a lush aunt.
Yes, every time we would have dinner parties or any holiday, she would
This
show
must
up,
be wonderful.
she'd drink about 2 bottles of wine, and then
He
she
is
would
very
loudly
You
insult
sound drunk,
everyone in
honey.
the family. And we'd just sort of smile and politely wave to her and send her home.
Did you like her?
No, absolutely not. She was horrid, but we had to invite her every single year.
I definitely understand relatives of which you aren't all that much fancy with, but needn't be interacting with.
She was absolutely horrible to Jesse, and he barely talks as is sometimes, but as soon as she would show up and start criticizing him, he would just stop talking altogether, usually for a couple of days.
Oh, Lord. Does that feller have a cannon on his ship?
Yeah, it sure would appear. Let's go talk to him about it.
Oh, and a lantern next to a cannon.
For fuse lighting.
Oh,
He has several cannons.
Excuse me, sir. We're gonna come right up.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, that
Lord.
was a little bumpy. Oh my.
oh, you
Oh,
bumped him,
crap.
Dalton. Oh, he's pointing at us
Oh
now.
no! All right,
Well-
don't shoot us with your cannon, partner. We were just asking about it.
I don't think he wants to talk about it.
I don't think so either. We're gonna go real fast.
We're gonna go real fast. That seems like a
Pretend
good
that
idea,
never
Mr.
happened.
He's
Dalton.
behind us with a cannon.
He turned
is-
right into us.
No, don't be excited about Cannon, man. He's evil. He's gonna get you.
Well,
Also,
if it is
see,
the
Boone, I
Grand
told you.
Kerrigan.
No
You
holes.
told me. Oh, yeah, no holes. Color me surprised. That rat feller, Mr. Dalton, that rat feller, the pen pal, told me that when he used to go boating out here, he used to get tons of holes in the boats.
No, well, you just gotta know how to avoid the rocks.
I suppose, yeah, that makes sense.
You want to stay away from the shore, not get in there where it's real shallow.
And when they went out, it normally used to be apparently where if he went too far out, the boat would get a bit funkety.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't know about all that. All I know is how to get to Seasica.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, you saw it a little ways away when we were up near that one hill, but you can see a bit clearer now. Saint Denis.
Oh wow,
Directly
it is
ahead of
actually
you.
big.
Is the boat that is black and white in color there is the Grand Kerrigan Ferry, host of the casino held by Mr. Coletti.
It's a lovely little place when you're not getting shot at by pirates.
That's absolutely correct. But don't worry, Papa Dalton will chase him away with a throwing knife like a bear.
Oh. And what will Bear do?
No, I did it. That was me. I'm a bear. Bear's an imposter.
Oh. Yeah?
I was a bear long before bear was a bear.
No doubt, sir, no doubt. I kind of like Saint Denis, if not
Off
for
to
all the
your
smog
left,
in the
you'll
sky.
see an alligator or two,
I
Or
was going
three.
to ask about that.
or 4, or 5, or 6. Sorry. Yeah, you
They,
gotta count real fast.
This, what is it? Is it Lemoyne? Is that what this place is?
Yes, LeBourne.
It seems to be rife with alligators and all.
Yes.
Is it alligators or crocodiles?
These are alligators.
Alligators.
Crocodiles are a lot more aggressive. If that was a crocodile we just passed, it'd be following this boat looking for a meal.
Well, I'm happy it's not that then. But yeah, Saint Denis. Are you how do y'all feel about smog in the sky?
Well,
It's familiar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are all cities like that?
I
The
don't
big
know.
ones.
St. Denis is my first big city.
Same here.
I'll tell you what, if y'all, when we disembark here, want to head somewheres, tell me where. I will meet y'all there in just a second to pick y'all up and we can do the grand tour.
Well, the storm's gonna be coming in soon enough, which is
How
upsetting.
long we got?
30 minutes?
Oh,
Hey,
we
bud.
can do it in that time. We'll ride fast.
Well, gosh. Happy we ran into you, Mr. Dalton.
We'd have to get our horses and transfer them too.
Perfect thing to do while we wait on them. Or we'll all head to the stables together then.
Goodness, these are some big boats.
Yes.
Real biggins. That ferry thing with the casino is the biggest I've ever seen.
I like the sailboats, the old ones. Classics.
Are they? That's what a classic is?
I mean, it's classic to me. Reminds me of the old stories.
Stories? Like what?
Yeah, you know books about them sailors of the
Him sticking
15th
up his
century.
city for Papa Dalton. He's lovely,
They
isn't he?
do look like the old sailing boats.
Well, like pirates?
I mean, and conquistadors and everybody else, not just pirates had boats, right?
Yes?
Oh, he has oranges.
Excuse us, sir. I'll give you $100 for all
He's
those.
going on. He's
Yeah, I don't
completely
think-
ignored you.
They're not for sale.
He didn't even give you the time of day.
Kind of rude, if you ask me, to be honest.
It seems like a lot of the folk that be riding their boats here are kind of rude.
Now, this is the tricky part with this boat, is getting on the dock.
What do you think about Saint Denis, Miss Gazzy?
I think it's entirely bigger than anywhere I've ever seen.
Even your home estate and city?
Well, no, not bigger than, I mean, New York and some of the places I've been,
You
but...
know, actually, now that I think about it, I never did ask where it was you're from.
Oh, well, we tended to move a lot, but anywhere we moved, Dad always got a big manor house.
Hmm.
All right, try that.
Biggest in the state, though, I suppose. Oh, Lord.
Oh no!
Oh, Miss Cassie, alright? Oh,
I am what?
I don't trust this now, Mr. Dalton. I've stayed dry so far. I'm like a cat. I must remain. Alright. Alright. Now, alright. Are you alright? Oh, Lord, are you alright? Oh, Lord.
I'm a bit wet.
Ooh, wee.
Otherwise, okay.
You gonna be alright? You have a change of clothes or something?
Not really.
Hmm. You gonna be alright with the wet outfit? I do know there's an outfitter in town.
I
Right.
should be okay.
Okay. Well, as long as you're alright with it. Oh, here comes Mr. Dalton. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, wow, he made it. Goodness, you really got the
Master.
short end of the stick, both getting on and getting off it, huh?
To be fair, it's extremely hard to move up in a dress like this.
Oh, no doubt there, man. I've got absolutely no idea what moving around in a dress could be like.
Are you sure about that?
What does that mean?
You've never worn a dress in your whole life.
No.
Ever put on your mama's dress
No.
to see how it look?
Have you, Mr. Dalton?
Don't you worry about my personal life and things I've done.
Noted, Mr. Dalton. Fully, completely, utterly, and fully noted. Well, first impressions. What do you think?
What?
Oh, about Saint Denis?
Yes.
Very wet. Alright, jot that one down for the history books. Cassie's first thought, let's see. Yes, 3-letter word, wet.
Get off these train tracks here.
Anything else?
I mean, it's certainly very pretty.
Once I got through my first initial hacking fit, I think I kind of enjoyed the look of the place. I never smoked cigarettes or nothing, so maybe I just got weak lungs.
I guess you have to be used to the big cities.
I'm not. But it seems like you are. He would slay in a dress. He would not! Oh, that, you see that, the Atlantic Electric Company?
I was looking at that, and I can see that they actually have power lines all the way out here.
Yeah, the sign lights up at night.
It's actually, well, that's kind of amazing. I didn't expect to see too many lights out here, to be honest. Well, anywhere.
You know, there's lights. They run power to most of the state.
Yeah. You have a lot of lights over in New York? At the
Almost
estate?
everywhere.
Oh.
Well, our last estate we were staying at, we had electricity going everywhere. We even had a phone and indoor toilets.
Wow. Yeah. I can't see. I think I've ever lived in a place like that. Huh. I really don't think I've truly gathered just how different of a life you have. I mean, I've got to a degree, of course. I ain't never lived like you have by any means, but goodness, it just, it keeps adding up.
Hello.
Evening. Even the stable's pretty. Alright, Star, would you be able to transfer her? 15-minute wait. I could do the 5-minute wait. What do you think?
Well, I have to do 15-minute anyway, so might as well not spend the extra money.
Yeah, that's fair. And besides, I don't think I'll be needing Star all too soon. Besides the, you know, riding around, of course. But if you or Mr. Dalton,
If you will follow me.
yes, sir, sir. Whoa! Did you get a carriage?
How else you supposed to tour the big city? Hop on in.
Goodness.
Oh my.
Mr. Dalton, I never really fancied you for the, well, fancy type.
I'm not.
You just really wanted to go above and beyond for this one.
Sure.
I've never think I've read in a fancy wagon like this before. It's a little claustrophobic, honestly.
I'll let you give the tour back there. I'll just do the driving and the braking.
Oh, all right. Understood. Well, it's here Saint Denis, you know that much. It, as you have heard, used to be the capital and is a very lovely place, regardless of its no longer capital status.
Wait, so Blackwater, this was the capital, Blackwater's now the capital?
Yes, to my knowledge, yes.
Yes.
I believe they have 2 theaters here. This is one of them. To our right here. A lovely little park up right here. I believe up the stairs is the outfit area.
Yes, the tailor is up there.
Yeah. The theater I've never been, but I have seen it. Looks lovely. Never been on the inside though. Do folk hold many plays and whatnot here?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure.
Fair enough. On our
That'd be an interesting idea for you, Boone. I'm sure you're more of a theatrical type than others.
I've never, but I could. On our right here is a lovely little park, which is next to the outfitting area, way over on the right side of the park. On our left, with the corner that we just passed, is a lovely little establishment that the Four Horsemen bar typically stays at. Oh, our...
Do you not know your right from your left?
Well, I mean, my right's different from
Boone?
your right.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was very confused.
Why'd you say Boone?
I was going to say, I was confused for a moment, and I did realize, no, you were right. You were giving
You
it by
both!
your...
You both just immediately assumed...
No, because I was going off of the direction
Okay.
that I was thinking too.
Would you prefer I go off of Mr. Dalton in the direction we're going's left and right?
That would make sense.
Alright, I'll do that. My apologies.
Yes.
On our right, we have a hanging... a gallows?
That's the left.
That would be on our
Shoot!
left.
The left! I meant the left. I'm looking through the windows. It's real hard to get my mind to
Yep.
think like that.
Just say your way. It's fine. We'll know everything's wrong.
On your other right, you will be seeing... let's see. I heard that there's an establishment where you can see bodies or something, but not as in, like, corpses, but more as in photo... art of folk with their bits or something. A museum, I think? I don't know.
A museum
Right.
for seeing bits?
Something like that, like intimate bits.
Right.
I've heard of it. I think it's a thing. On your left, there is a little marketplace we passed. It seems. I've heard there's a fancy place in Saint Denis where you can see like art, but it's like wacky looking because it's intimate bits. Anyway, behind where the hell are we? Where are
You're
we?
doing great, Boone.
I've been in here twice, maybe.
This is the
This
general
has been here
store.
twice, and you give me a tour.
Well, he told me to give the tour. There was a
On
gun.
your left is the general store, the marketplace stalls, as well as the butcher. Obviously, in front of us here, we have the telegram station.
He's doing so much better
On
than
your
me.
right, the Chevalier furnace, rooms, electricity, and hot baths. They also have a watchmaker right around the corner. To our left is the port we came in at.
On our left, we will be passing the newspaper stand as long as a lovely little telegram station for all your telegramming needs.
Do y'all need to check your telegrams?
I may need to, actually.
Okay, let me stop right here. First class. I'll get you out.
And this really is fancy.
It really is.
You ride around like this, miss?
I did in the past, yes.
Well, of all the bits of home that the states have been able to bring to you, or at least in memories, hopefully this one was one of the better ones.
It is. It's quite silly, but I am enjoying it.
Oh, that's nice. Apologies for my horrible tour. How do you feel about photography and the like?
I generally enjoy it.
Yeah? Taking it or getting photographed?
Getting pictures taken of me, though usually I would sit for portraits.
What, people like drew portraits of you?
Yes, or took pictures of me often. My mother was very insistent on this. She had one done almost every year.
I'm starting to realize a true divide. Like, I keep saying this, like, oh, your life is so terribly different from mine. But it's just more so that I keep realizing new things that are so terribly different and new ways to describe it. Because I've never really, I mean, I've met folk that are fancy like you. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting a more in-depth look at what that is like.
What stupid things we go through.
Yeah, but parts of it don't sound that bad. In the States here, I get a lot more of the, I don't know, I suppose attention. People don't just pass me by always. You know what I mean? Well, it seems that where you grow up, you seem to be in the middle of a lot of stuff.
I mean, yes, but, well, let me know when you're done with your telegram, but I suppose we can ride and I can explain.
Yeah, I don't got nothing.
Imagine,
Sunset.
Imagine-
Oh, I meant them folk.
I mean, I am in the middle of things back home, but imagine being treated like furniture. I'm not treated like a person, although I am important. I'm treated like just a thing
Well,
for my family. Oh, thank you
Oh.
so much, Mr. Dalton.
Oh, that didn't work.
it half worked.
So, for my family, my mother was very insistent that, well, she did all these things in these pictures and these photos, and I was present for much of it, but it wasn't for me, it was for her.
Well, so where you grew up, your life was like being a piece of furniture. Pretty, lovely to look at, but just that. Furniture, right?
Yes,
Well-
everything was done for other people at their behest, and, well, I didn't have a say in it.
Well, my life was more like being a tool, I suppose, I'm not pretty. Ain't no furniture for certain, but my father certainly used me for what I could give him, we'll say. Working at that ranch I told you about, family one, that's kind of all you have children for to a degree, is just to be working. And that's kind of all I was just there to be working. So, I do apologize. It does seem like you've had it quite rough, but I don't know. There's some part of me that is sort of, I don't know, jealous to some degree. I hope that doesn't sound bad or nothing, but
No, certainly not, Mr. Boone. It doesn't sound stupid at all. I mean, I haven't had to lift my finger at all in my life to do anything. And I understand. I mean, many people have expressed that they've had to basically be worked like dogs. And you were born to work and help your family on farms and ranches and similar. And then I talk about these stupid problems like I had to wear dresses and sit in parties that I didn't like. And it's just... They say, oh, I suppose your life was so hard, but it got tiring to be treated like a doll.
well, no doubt that getting treated like that is quite upsetting. And most certainly when it's just random folk, but I think you understand this firsthand, that it's all the worst when it's family.
It is. I suppose it's most upsetting because now that I'm here, I don't know how to be a person. I can't relate or talk to anyone else because I don't know how to do much of anything else. I can talk to people, certainly I can be personable and smile, but that's what I can do. I talk about my life experiences and nobody else has had these.
Yeah, I'm happy that you're gonna get the chance to become that, though, an individual and all that. It's been really nice for me in the States. I haven't had folk really care for my well-being before. Besides, oh, you broke your arm.
How are you with blood?
Blood? Who, me or her?
Not you, Boone. I know you pass out and cry.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure. Certainly I've seen quite a bit of it. I did show jumping with my horses, so, I mean, someone's fallen, broken arm. I've certainly
I
been
was gonna
hurt
get
before,
really fucking emotional
so I'm no
there.
stranger to blood.
Ah!
Well, there's lots of nurses and doctors around, and it's a great way to make the acquaintance of a lot of people. And there's always one willing to teach.
I mean, Deputy Forte, I know he is a doctor. He talks about it quite a bit, and we are going on a date.
Oh, really? As of when? Sorry, that came out wrong.
It did. It came out.
No.
Yeah, well, no, because Forte I'd just spoken with earlier. But anywho, when?
Earlier today, well, he was on patrol in Heaton Jacobs, and the whole patrol came in along with the man named Orlando Ramos, and they may have bullied him into asking me out.
Well, I'm honestly proud of him because, yeah, we were working on that.
It seems, well, if I do say, it seems like most of the state has been working on this after... Well, it sort of was a whirlwind. I only just had come to state yesterday when my boat arrived, and he was one of the first people I had met.
An interesting filler, I'll give him that.
He seems quite interesting, but he's been very sweet on me.
I would
You hear
like
that,
to-
Boone?
Yeah.
Competition.
Competition? What for? I could have said that much more calmer. What do you mean?
What do? Oh, were you talking to me? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I can't hear very well up here.
It's all right. What do you mean competition? God, sorry, something in my throat. Competition.
No, nothing. Sorry, I must have misspoke.
I'd like to quickly finish what I was saying, just for a quick
Of course,
moment,
please.
because it actually involves you, Mr. Dalton.
Oh, Lord.
Before I got here into the States, I haven't exactly gotten used to the idea of being cared for by other folk and well-being and all that. And I'm quite used to the idea of folk, my father specifically, just caring if I'm well able and in body, and that's about it. But I've met a lot of kind folk. One prime example being Mr. Dalton here. And as much as you might hate me being sappy over you, Mr. Dalton, it really did make me feel quite nice. You saying that you do care to a degree of making sure I don't die and all that.
Invested in your well-being, I will admit I am, only because there's nothing like seeing a little cat in the middle of the desert that hadn't had milk in a week.
Well, for whatever reason it may be, Mr. Dalton, it really does brighten my heart a bit. I honestly think on occasion my father wouldn't mind if I dropped dead one day.
All right, well, if you'd just stop doing this that you're doing right now, that'd be payment enough.
Sorry.
I
Sorry.
think he is getting quite embarrassed about you doting on him at the moment, paying him compliments.
I
Spoon.
just don't think I've quite realized how much it meant to me. I'm kind of tearing up a little bit. That's about
Oh,
silly of me.
God.
I'm sorry.
I will pull this wagon over.
this
Oh,
ain't
don't you cry.
this ain't a lovely little tour of Saint Denis. I don't want to be ruining it, huh?
Don't.
I hope you enjoyed your time seeing the sights and whatnot.
Oh, I'm certainly having a great time.
Sorry, real sorry. I just both what you Dalton said earlier and you Miss Kesey, what you mentioned about becoming your own and getting to become an individual outside of what all your parents like and what they believe of you. I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of some stuff.
I mean, honestly, I don't think there's anything to apologize for. I mean, everyone's allowed to show emotions. God knows I'm full of them sometimes.
I think me and you are very much in the same boat as not being all that often allowed to express such things, or at least now I am nowadays being here in the States, but it seems you just get your parents or your ma or whoever right upset with you. But I'd be getting a right crossing, a right slapping rather, for any complaining on my part.
Oh, true. I just sort of get scolded because, of course, no one would lay a hand on me. But they would on my brother, which was a bit upsetting.
Well, your brother sounds like a nice one, a lovely one, from everything you've described and then some.
He is. He's far more knowledgeable about how things are here. He was giving me ample warnings, but I don't know, I just find everything here fascinating and lovely.
Well, I hope he just doesn't think less of me for my less than A+ escorting abilities, I suppose, earlier.
No, I'm certain that when he meets you, he also will like you. And I definitely am not going to tell him about how you nearly got us eaten by wolves.
Yeah, well, hey, I didn't get knocked off my... Oh, God, I don't mean... the way I said that made it sound like, oh, you got knocked off your horse. I didn't. But rather, I'm just quite honestly happy with myself that I didn't, because every single time I've dealt with danger, I've fallen right off it. No doubt I would have been a lot less helpful if that would have happened. I'm just happy it went the way it did and not worse.
True, very much so.
Well, looks like the storm's about to blow through.
Oh, darn. True thing,
Oh,
that.
it is.
Well, I wish I could have gotten here sooner, seen the
Yep.
saloon, but this is it turned out how it is. I'll be if either of you are interested, I'll be certainly around a decent portion more tomorrow.
And I'll be around, though I think I'm meeting with Deputy Forte for that date.
Hope it goes well.
Hopefully, and even if it goes badly, that'll be just another story.
You know, that's a lovely way to be thinking about it.
And certainly, I'm sure I'll gossip with you about it afterwards, and then maybe you'll do a really funny impression of him.
I've never had a gossiping partner, so this will be quite the fancy thing, it.
Well, now you get really good practice with doing it. You did a really good impression of a man you've never met before who was just sending me ostentatious telegrams.
I honestly don't know how I managed that voice I did. I'd love
Lord mercy. Well, it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much for allowing me to show you around the city.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Dalton.
Dalton.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Perfectly fine.
I get better with names, I do
No,
swear.
it's okay. I'm horrible with them. I'll forget yours. It's
He
Cassie,
knows me
right?
quite well in my experience with
Kizzy,
names.
Kazi,
Kezi.
Kezi.
It's okay, I was trying to decide between calling you Mr. Dalton or Mr. Dillon, and I'm not sure which one is better.
Well, Dylan's my first name, so that would be weird, I think. But
I think it would be weird. It felt weird. Oh, it's
Yeah.
feeling weird now. I'm just gonna walk away into the
okay.
stables.
Well, y'all have a good one. Take it
I'll
easy,
be
buddy.
around by 5. Shit! I passed out in the middle of the street! I need to meet up with Dalton again, because I need to interact with our lovely sir, Mr. Dalton, because Mr. Boone O'Hara has emotions currently that need an expressed in private to Dalton. And if you want to catch that, guys, make sure to check my next stream tomorrow at 5. Or later, or earlier. Not that earlier though. Like 4:30 at the earliest, maybe. Huh? Are you calling me a baby chicken? That's mighty rude of you. Well, I guess that calls that. Let's get on over to the sitting around section. Blah, 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 blah. Hope you guys like the transition. Oh, no, we got a floating hat. Hold on. Give me a second. It shouldn't be floating. There should be a feather underneath that hat. Hold up, hold up. Everyone hold. Hold the line! Who all else is streaming tonight? We might do ourselves a little raid after all these raids I've been getting. WWRP. Hat stream? No, not hat stream. I'm good enough, right? Love my streamer. Hot. Oh, hot. No. This hurts me. This does. Alright, let's see. WWRP. Who's on? Me. Anyone else? No. Okay, is anyone else streaming Red M, maybe? Oh, of course there is. Fucking Wild RP's got their fucking hands full. Jesus. Alright, well. Let's see. We'll go on over to the first one I saw, and then go down the list next time. if I get enough folks to be raiding with. But I thank y'all so very much for joining me here. Wait, this is the wrong guy. Is there a Mrs. Hat? Oh, hon. This is the fella that was supposed to be under the hat. There we go. There's not currently a Mrs. Hat, though I can make there one be in the future. I'm gonna do a raid, if y'all don't mind. One Scarlet Rose plays. I don't think they're really needing 5 folk, but y'all seem to be 5 fantastic little folk. So maybe they'll enjoy the company. Give me a quick hold on a second. It's Flash? It's Flash. Alright, we're gonna be sending y'all over. Have a nice time. Adios.